Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day wherever you're watching me from. It's your girl again from Miss Speech. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Fumi Speech. I'm a registered behavior technician working under the supervision of a board certified behavior analyst. RBT is a specialist that work with children with disabilities or special needs children, as you may know it to be. So that is what I am currently doing. So if you're wondering, this is the channel you want to be receiving more information about special needs children. I'm sharing my little knowledge on how you can be able to manage special needs children in your own way, in my own little understanding. So I've set up this platform to be able to put some professionals through on what I believe I have worked on, and it has really helped me in this field. So if this is what you would like to be seeing or you want to be watching, please stay tuned and do consider to subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to be sharing some insightful tips and how to be able to work successfully with special needs children. And if you know anyone that is having difficulty communicating, or they have special needs children as their own child, or you know any teacher that you feel might benefit from this channel, please do share the video with them so they can be able to gain one or two knowledge, and we shall also help these children to meet up to their expectations, and also to be able to function in a rightful manner. So if this is what you would like to see, please consider to subscribe. So today I'm going to be talking about, first of all, I have already received some comments and messages of those that watched my videos, the previous videos I've shared on how to becoming a RBT and how to also be in the field of special needs, how you can be able to work with special needs children. So if you're still thinking or having a second thought on how you can be able to work or be in the field, or you want to switch from your field to this field, you're warmly welcome. All you just need to do is to attain the certification, sit for the exam, and then you have to pass the exam, and then boom, you're becoming an RBT. So for those that want to take the RBT exam or course, currently the BACB are not granting those residing outside these European countries. If you're not residing in Australia, Canada, US, or UK, I am sorry, you won't be able to sit for the exam. But there are other alternatives. There are other bodies that do grant a certification. There are upcoming bodies that do grant certification to those that want to switch into the field of ABA, working with special needs. So I think I have made a video concerning this. I have the list of them. They are ABAO, ABAO, that is International Board of Analyst Organization. We have also some of them. I'll put in the list here in the description box, or on as the video goes by. So if you are having difficulty attaining the certification from the Board Analyst Certification Board, which is the BCABA, and then you can also look onto this. You can look forward to these other options, and you can also become a professional in this field. So the topic I want to dive into today is how do you approach a special needs child, especially when you're meeting a special needs child for the first time. What are the do's and what are the don'ts you don't have to do when your first meeting or your first visit to meeting a special needs child? So the first thing you want to do is so the first thing you want to do is you have to be a good observer, in the sense that you don't just bump into the space of the special needs child, because they might not like it, or you might just catch them unaware. So that can lead to meltdown. So first of all, when I'm having a special needs child, meeting a special needs child for the first time, you stay back and you observe. So you observe the child for some few minutes and then see how you can be able to integrate yourself into the child. So you don't just, they are not regular children that you can just, wave from afar off and then they wave back at you. So special needs children, they don't interact that way. So the first thing you want to do, you want to observe how the child is interacting with that environment. So when you get into the room, you want to stay aside and take your notes and pen and then start jotting down one or two things the child is doing in that environment. So you want to know what the child is doing, what the child is up to next, and then you're observing every behavior that the child is posing at the moment. So you're a good observer, and that opportunity or that very time you're observing, you're taking notes on how you can be able to now freely integrate yourself to the child or introduce yourself to the child. So the first thing you have to do is you have to observe the child. Don't bump into the special needs child immediately and start a conversation or start playing or start interacting. That might catch them unaware and they might not be able to integrate themselves into you. So you need to observe and know when is the right time for you to now go to them and interact with them. Another thing you want to do is you want to make sure that after observing the child, you want to know the strength and the need of that child. So what do I mean by the strength and the need of that particular child? So there are some children that they tend to, behave in a certain way, and behaving in that specific way or that certain way, it helps them to relieve their anxiety or release their anxiety in that particular environment. So you say, for instance, if a child is playing with a squishy ball and then is just fixating on that squishy ball, so you know that, okay, this child has interest in this squishy ball, then you can interact with the child, after observing that the child has this squishy ball. He's so fixated to this squishy ball and he doesn't want to let go. So you can use that squishy ball to, okay, this is the highest reinforcer or the thing or the toy that the child likes to play with. So you can use the squishy ball as a means of integrating yourself and knowing the strength of the child within that particular object that he or she is playing with. Also know the need of the child. Not all sizes fit all, as they say. The child's strength might differ from the other child's strength. So they all have differences. They have abilities in their disabilities. We just have to know which one is okay for the child you're currently seeing. So you want to know the strength after observing the child in the environment. You take down, okay, this is the strength of the child, these are the needs of the child, and this is where I am going to come in. So by so doing, you're able to jot down the strength and the needs of the child you're going to be working with. Now come to the third point, is you're going to be building rapport. For so many children under the spectrum, some of them, they have communication difficulties, why some of them they have behavioral issues, and why some of them they have other disabilities that is making them to becoming a special needs children. So you want to build rapport. For instance, if a child is not communicating and then you're just talking and talking and talking, that will not be the right approach to have used, because there is no communication. The thing you should do maybe is to go down to the level of the child. Let the child do more of the gestural, talks like signing, or just do a kind of play. So the child will see you as like a child also, not like an adult, but like a child. It's just like you're mimicking what the child is saying, and the child sees you as a play. Let me use the word a play tool for him or her to be able to trust you and to also come down to your own level to play with you. So, and this is where jovial, you have to be very, very jovial. You have to be very, very playful like a baby. If you're not playful, or you're not jovial, or you won't be able to build this rapport. You won't be able to build this. Communication is not about verbal words. It also has to do with gestures or signs, or in as much as you have been able to identify, that's where the strength comes in. So you have to identify the strength. Then building rapport, communicating, doing gestures, playing with the squishy balls, or playing with different types of things. It helps the child to be able to build his or her confidence in you, that okay, I can see my playmate here, I can play also, let's play together, let's have fun together, let's throw the ball to the sides, let's kick the ball, let's have the ball, let's squeeze it, and let's hug the ball. Different kind of strategies you can use. You're building rapport. Another thing, which is number 4, is being patient. I can't emphasize this enough. In one of my videos, I've talked about this field will test your patience. So if you don't have patience, don't even dare to cross this field. You would just be frustrated. Number 1, you need to have self-love. You have to have this love. I mean unconditional love. If you're having love for an adult for not talking back when they get you upset, just quantify that love you're sharing with an adult times 1 million times when you're working with special needs children. Because number 1, they don't see what they are doing to be something that is bad, or something that can irritate others, or something that can affect others' feelings. They just do it out of unconscious mind. So you need to be very patient, you need to be very tolerant, you need to accept whatever behavior they poses across to you. So that is where patience comes in. You have to be extremely patient. There will be a time when you communicate with a child, a special needs child, and then they will be like, you're just speaking into the air. Meanwhile, maybe they were not captivated by what you are saying, or they are not listening at that particular moment. And if you're not patient, then that is when you're going to lose it. You might just get frustrated, you might just get angry, and then you unleash something that is not supposed to, which is not professional. In this field, our patient level is being tried several times. You see a child just all from nowhere, boom. The child can just hit you without you doing anything. The child can just, bite you without you preparing. And that will make me make a video about how you can be able to look for some possible behaviors to expect. I think I've talked about it in one of my videos. You need to be at alert. You need to be patient, even though they bring one behavior or the other that you are not aware of, or they caught you off guard. Patience is required. You need lots of patience. If a child hits you, or beats you, or slaps you, or kicks you, or spits at you, what would you do? You also accept it, because what they are doing, it's just a normal thing that a special needs child would do. So correcting that will be you having to be patient and also redirecting the child. Redirecting in the sense that you have to redirect that particular behavior to something that is more functional. If a child is spitting at you regularly, then there is a cause for alarm. Why is the child? Because there is always a why behind a specific behavior of a special needs. There is always a why. Why is it? There is an we call it antecedent. So there is always a why, which is antecedent. Why is the behavior occurring? What actually happened before the behavior? So that is that about being patient. Also, number 5, you need to be very supportive in your own little professional way, not in your own little way. But quote me, you have to be supportive in your own little professional way. Why do I use the word professional in between the sentence? Because there are some people that when they are doing their own support in their own little way, they don't tend to give in their best. They say, okay, that is my own little way. But is it professional? Being supportive in a professional way to the child is you've made a research, and the research you've made is backed up, is proven to be tested and trusted, and it has been carried out and it has worked. So it's also boils down to the fact that you need to be professional. That is the reason why you need the course and also to do the exam to pass. So when you pass, it means you're qualified, you're a professional to work with this child. Not anyhow person can work with special needs children, I must say. I've been in this field for quite some numbers of years, if not 15 years now. But I've seen a lot and I've also gained a lot. I keep learning every day because no knowledge is lost. I keep learning every day in the field also because in this field you have to make research upon research upon research. So that's that about being supportive in your own little way. You have to be supportive. If the child is crying, do you just leave the child unattended? So I say, okay, when you finish crying, you will come and meet me here. No, it is not done that way. There is a reason why the child is crying and you need to attend. Sometimes they cry to get attention, but that is when you know the child's needs. You need to know the child. Not all cries are seeking for attention. Not all children that cry, not all special needs children that cry are looking for attention. Some of them cry because they cannot communicate their needs, and the only means of communicating their needs is through crying. So you need to identify that. So when you identify that, then you can be able to provide the necessary support. But if you don't identify why the child is crying, the antecedent to the crying, because the crying is also a behavior, then you won't be able to know what consequences to give to that crying, if I'm making sense. Yes. So you need to know, you have to be supportive. The child is crying at a corner, you need to watch what is the reason why the child, why is the child crying? What can I do to support this child? You don't just leave them unattended to. And this is the rules given to us by the board. No child should be left unattended to. If the child is left unattended to, then that will be you're violating an ethical code of conduct. So we don't leave the children unattended to. If by any means you want to leave, you need to get a replacement to watch over those children before you take your leave. All right, and the last point I'm going to be sharing is have resources. I've seen a lot of behavior analysts or professionals. They just walk up to children without having even your own. If you have resources with you, the child will be interested to come to you because you're a model of play to them. So you need resources. You need some things to show that, oh, I'm here, look at me, I'm having a play item that we can do together, and let's play together. So they see you as a Mickey Mouse. Let me use that word. They see you as a Mickey Mouse, and then they want to play with you because you're fun. You're fun to be with. But if you're not fun to be with and you're just frowning your face, nobody should come too close to me. You can work with these children because despite that they cannot communicate, they also read minds. They read minds, and then they read your facial expression. They look at you and say, is this one cheerful? Is she approachable? Is she tolerant? Can I go to her and play with her? So that's the mindset of some of these special needs children. So if you have resources, these children will come to you, and then they'll be able to interact with you. So this part of resources, I'm going to be sharing some insightful resources that can also help you in the field. If you're working with special needs children and you don't know, it depends on the age group, and you don't know what to do or what materials to use or what activities to do, stay tuned. Consider to subscribe, and if you have anyone that you think will benefit from these resources I want to share, please share the video to them, and so that they can be able to watch the video. So I'm going to leave this right here. My next video will be talking more about resources. What are the kind of activities you can do with children with disabilities or with special needs children. So stay tuned. But before then, I will see you in my next video. I hope you have been able to learn one or two tips from this video. Please, if you have learned one or two tips, give this video a thumbs up, like, and please consider to subscribe if you have not done so. And I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.